We have some business to what? Okay, well there's the announcement there. Here's the announcement from Jagex. Let's have a look. Ever wondered why do I need 3 regions to use a Dragon Hunter Lance? All right, so here's an update. In Leagues 5, multi-region component boss drops are instead dropped in full. All right, here's the high quality image. So this week there's no video. They're giving us multi-region component boss drops. We were talking about this yesterday about the Dragon Hunter Lance and how to get a hold of it. So this is basically a breakdown of the entire region and what each region does for each other to piggyback. Just want to make sure. Component and full drops. Okay, what an interesting reveal. Shit, this wasn't on my bingo card or Christmas list, but I'll take it. So, let's have a look. If you want to go with Mauritania, let's start at the top left here. Guardians. You've got the purple being the Echo weapon, the Guardian Boots, and the Araxel Amulet. So you don't need the Torture to get the Araxel Amulet. So Mauritania is now suddenly a little less shit. Because I was worried that that's completely irrelevant unless you pick Karandon, because then you get the Zenite necklace. So that's massive. Okay. Along with obviously the T-Bow and the Shadow being in Theatre of Blood, because all Mega Rares are available across the board, which is great. I'm glad they didn't move the Kodai and the Eldermaw, considering they are technically Mega Rares or at the same drop rate as the Mega Rare T-Bow. So that's nice. So it looks good. And then the Guardian Boots, the Areola Boots too. No, Guardian Boots, sorry. You don't need Asgarnia for Bando. So yellow would be just straight up, it's in the region. Awesome. Wilderness has absolutely no changes. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You've got the Echo bosses there and everything available as normal. Cerberus. Dragon Boots are available already and medium clue scrolls are available, so that doesn't matter. You don't need the desert, however, for the Eternal Boots. So I'd imagine he just drops Eternal Boots rather than dropping the crystal. I can show this picture, yeah, absolutely. Here you go, here's the link in the chat. And you've also, oh, I can't, it's more than, here's, try this link instead. And then we've also got, obviously, the Dog Sword, which is huge up in Asgarnia. That's just behind the chat box there. I do apologize, you can see it though. Awesome, and then down here you got the Whisperer. So the Whisperer drops all Soul Reaper axe pieces and just the ring straight up. You don't need the ingots. It's big, no ingots. Love that. Let's have a look over to the left here again now. So we've got for Miss Thalon and Karamja. Tormented Demons are there straight away. Emberlight, you don't need the Arclight. You just straight up get the Emberlight or a Synapse and Claws. Scarius, great. That's perfect. Look at that. So Tormented Demons should be available straight away. And I'd imagine that Zombie Axe is also available. It's not on here. I don't know if maybe you need Asgarnia to unlock the Zombie Axe, because that's kind of going to be your best in slot weapon early game if you can get it straight away, which is worth looking at. For Korend, you have Sarachnis, Hespori dropping the new weapon. The Hydra just drops the lance straight up, which is big. Along with also the necklace and the gloves without needing to unlock Fremenic, which is big. From last year, you needed Fremenic to actually get the value out of the Hydra, if I remember correctly, and Asgarnia for the lance. And then the Scythe and the Shadow also drop in Chambers of Xeric, and for some reason they've highlighted the Kodai too for whatever reason. So, oh right, yeah, because of the Master one. So you get the Kodai instead of the Kodai butt plug. So that's big. Awesome, yeah, the wand, yep. Dagonoth Kings. Again, you get the 2 items from the Echo items, and then down from Duke, you just get the ring straight up and the rest of the axe, which is huge. Everything else stays the same. For the Fortis Coliseum in Valamor, you get the Echo Boots made instantly instead of the crystal, and then the Echo weapon on Soul. And then obviously you have Vardavis. Instead of him being in Koren this year, he's now in Valamor, giving Valamor a bit more content. And you get the full Soul Reaper axe and then the ring made straight up there. Then you've got over here Temperos behind me. Sorry, Desert. I'll try and move out of the way there. Cowfight Queen has that blowpipe. Leviathan has the axe pieces and the ring. And TOA also drops the Scythe and T-Bow. The Gauntlet, you get the Trident straight up from Zora. So you don't need Kandaren to get the Trident from Zora. That's big. I don't think they did that last year. That there in the Gauntlet, in Tyrion Wind, is actually massive. That Zora will just drop the Trident of the Swamp straight up. That makes Tyrion Wind actually a lot stronger. That's really big for Prif. That's big in general, because if you don't pick Kandaren for the Trident, or the Warp Scepter, you're really relying on the Shadow or the Sangstaff. Like you're relying on Theatre of Blood, or you're relying on the Desert. There's a Desert or Mauritania to get a charged weapon. But now they're making the Shadow available in all raids, and they're making this available in Tyrannwin, is big. That's very nice, yeah. Now drops a weapon of each style it does. You get the Bofa, you get the Blade, you get the Blowpipe, you get the Trident. That's very nice. Drop adjusted means it drops the entire... Yeah, you'll just get the Trident on the floor. Yeah, it'll just drop it on the floor more than likely. And then Kraken, in Kandaren, you get the Kraken Tentacle, which is normal. And then you get that little dog shit Wheel of Fortune, Squeal of Fortune thing that no one's going to fucking use. So, that means, look... Excuse me. Looking at this board alone, how do you feel about which regions you're picking? I'm going to definitely pick Fremennik because I want to fuck around and I love the ring and the amulet. I think that's strong. I'm more than likely going to pick Asgarnia, especially just to go for the Dog Sword and the Torva. I think that's going to be my play. And then likely I'm going to pick Korend. Korend has so much to offer. The Hespori weapon is massive. Korend and Prif. Prif is a lot stronger now with that Trident. That is really nice. I just really want to run the Dog Sword. What are the pros and cons of each region? The Mauritania, the pro is that I thought that the Barrow's gloves, Echo gloves were kind of shit at first, but they're actually pretty nice. The pros for Mauritania is you get the Araxite amulet now, makes it a lot stronger. You don't need Asgarnia to get the Avernic Defender made as well, which is big. Plenty of bossing content done in Mauritania. Like there's a lot of bossing in Mauritania. The downside is there's no real mage gear beyond Aram, so like Virtus and Ancestral is not available to you, so you are bottlenecked at Arams. And I think that's mostly it. There's no range weapons other than the T-bow. I don't know if the Mega Rare really counts because you kind of have to roll the dice for it still. You've got Carols, otherwise you're not sitting there. There's no Blowpipe, there's no Bofa, so that might be a bit of a drawback. Wilderness, there's... The pro of the Wilderness is everything is accessible immediately. You have no... There's no bottleneck in the Wilderness. You have the Void Waker. You have access to pickaxes. You have access to a bunch of rings. The Echo weapon is amazing. And the offhand makes it so you don't need a defender. The offhand is just broken. The downside to the Wilderness is there's no raid. And if you're in the Wilderness and I end up picking Wilderness last minute, I'm going to fucking kill you. Cerberus, Asgarnia, I would say the pros are there is a lot of bossing as well. Like Mauritania, there's probably the most bossing available in any region. No raid, unfortunately, but plenty of gear, plenty of, like, you get mage, you get range and melee gear. You get best in slot crossbow, best in slot melee gear, you get the boots, you get the dog sword, and you get mage gear too, sorry, with Virtus. It's a fucking strong region. Asgarnia is a very strong region to pick. Interesting use of the word bottleneck. Yeah, thank you. Miss Allen, everyone gets it, so we don't really need to go over that. Korend, I think, is the strongest region, just like in general, just for leagues, not just combat-wise, but skilling and task-wise. And the content that's available on the island of Korend is insanely powerful. You have Thai Farm and Farming Guild, you have Woodcutting Guild, you have Chin Chompers for hunting, you have Korend, you have Pork Piss and My Dog. You don't need to fish for food, you just buy the food, right? Surely Torva plus Prince is better than Crystal. Not if you get this gauntlet thing here. Which I'll explain in a minute. So Korend has a lot to offer, and this Hespori weapon is massive, to be honest. It's really big. The fact that you get the Dragon Hunter Lance now from there, without needing Kandaren and Asgarnia, is massive. Korend's probably one of the strongest regions to pick. Fremennik was always a really weak region in leagues. It's still a relatively weak region this time around, but the Echo items definitely make it a lot more powerful. Like, these are probably the best Echo items out of all the bosses, so it becomes a region to consider. Definitely one I'm taking. Might be my second pick. Valamor is a little underwhelming for me still, just in terms of content. I'm not really going to go Valamor because everything on there isn't... I don't want to touch it in leagues. I'm more interested in other shit. So Valamor I will leave, but it is apparently the hardest Echo boss. So if you're looking for a challenge, or if you're looking to learn Colosseum, Valamor's the one to pick. And you get mage gear, you get the quiver, good quiver practice. The soul item looks like it'd be pretty fun. Tempros, desert. In my opinion, desert is a noob trap area. Some people didn't like that opinion, but just be aware, when you pick an area, you get tasks related to that area. And then that area, you need to complete like 180 tasks or some shit. You got to complete a metric shit ton of tasks to unlock a new area. If you pick desert, you're doing mage training arena. you're doing TOA, you're doing Temporos. Shit, I don't want to do. I'm not a big fan of TOA. You know, I'll do a little bit of TOA, but I don't want to spend my league doing fucking TOA. So I'm not interested in that. But like doing Mage Training Arena for all the items and equipping them is really big points and really big tasks. So you've got to do them if you're in the desert. Otherwise, you're going to be dragging your feet trying to find other shit to do, and you're going to burn out on leagues. So that's why I don't pick desert. But if you want to do that, if you want to do TOA, great way to go. I personally think Cox and Tob are far better raids to try and learn in leagues because TOA is so easy to learn in the main game that if you're looking to learn a raid, I think Chambers of Xeric is the raid you should be looking at to get your foot in the door and learn some mechanics to then take that to the main game. TOA is pretty fun. It is, but you'll have more fun in the other two raids. If you haven't learned them, I highly recommend using this time in leagues to have a go at learning at least Chambers of Xeric. It'll improve your skill and just your time playing the game too. You'll enjoy the game a lot more post leagues if you have a go at the other raids or other bosses like Nightmare, any of the wilderness bosses or the desert, the God Wars bosses. Step outside of your comfort zone in the leagues. You've got the power to do it. I recommend it. The Gauntlet, Tyrion Win is also another relatively weak area in previous leagues. It's a lot stronger this league, especially with that Trident drop and the Echo drop. For those that don't remember, the Echo drop, you get a quiver slot item, and basically it means when you're wearing crystal gear, and that's in your quiver slot, your melee gear gets the benefit from the crystal armor too. So you get 30% accuracy and 15% strength, max hit on all melee weapons. So if you've got the scythe, for example, your everything's getting folded. Like you're gonna fuck everything up. So that makes it a very strong contender, especially with a lot of melee gear. And then you get the bow for 2, which is just an all-round great weapon. The blowpipe, not as good as the Cowfight Queen blowpipe, but still a strong weapon. And the Crystal Tool Seed gives you the other 2 crystal weapons you don't get. Is there a link for that? Yes, it should be this link right here. And then Kandaren. Now, Kandaren is a sleeper region. Kandaren, absolute terrible echo item. No adjusted drops needed. Kandaren has a lot of... it's like Karen, where it has a lot of task content, a lot of point content, a lot of account building content. The biggest advantage to picking Kandaren is that you'll have the entire region to yourself because no other cunt's gonna fucking pick it because it's fucking terrible. So there's an advantage. The big pro is you'll be alone. You won't have any competition on resources. All the rocks are yours to mine. All the trees are yours to cut. But you won't have to compete at the Smoke Devil. So it might be worth picking for some people who are undecided yet. You get the whole region to yourself. That's a massive buff there. Otherwise, I'm definitely going Kourend, definitely going Fremennik, and it's a toss-up between Asgarnia and Wilderness, but I'm thinking I'll go Asgarnia because I went Wilderness the past 2 region-locked leagues this time. Does Blade of Saddle get 15% damage from the main game? No, it does not. Are they holding so big secrets for Kandaren? It seems like they've made it look bad compared to other regions. Kandaren just naturally is a pretty tough region. It's never been a PVM heavy region in leagues, but it has all the Zenite jewelry available. You have, like, if we pull up the map real quick. So we'll start this PvP tournament soon. Make sure you apply on World 570 if you want to jump in. The winner gets a Fang. So you get access to the big hunter area. You get the Kraken. Now, Kandaren was bigger until they putting the Trident in Zora here actually makes Kandaren significantly worse because you needed Kandaren to get a mage weapon for the Trident. Now you can just get it from Zora. You can kind of skip that and have a higher tier area. But you do also get access to Zenite jewelry through Monkey Madness 2. You get access to the hunter area down here, which is really nice for catching chins, which used to be a big task. And I think you can do a few quests. I think Fight Arena and stuff, Waterfall. I think I remember doing those quests. Do people do those quests or are they auto-unlocked? It's one of the two. You got good agility training, like high-level agility training, thieving. You have access, like a lot of tasks. It's like steal a cake, steal a piece of silk. Thank you, Agent Pricey. I appreciate that. Welcome to the membership, man. Thank you. There's things like fish a shark from the fishing guild. It's free points, it's free tasks, and it helps push you through the league faster. You get the whole Slayer cave. So there's little things you gain benefits from. It used to give you piety. Now you don't need it because you can use that relic, provided there's no better competing relic to get piety and chivalry. The thing is, this used to be a very big region everyone took, which is why they kind of are giving a lot of perks to other regions because barely anyone picked Fremenic and Prif last few raids, last few leagues, sorry. A lot of it was just Desert, Korend, and Kandaren because you get a lot of resources. But, yeah, I think you could still get a bit of value out of here, but personally, I'm not interested in Zenite Jewelry because the Fremenic's going to give way better gear anyway. You get the Occult Amulet, but it's been nerfed, and Fremenic again is better now, so you don't need it. You do get Pest Control here, I think? No, Pest Control has Garnier, isn't it? Yeah, you don't even get that here. So, this is quite a weak region now, but you still get yeah, shit, there's not really much here, eh? That's mostly it, to be honest. The Zenite Jewelry farming. I don't think a lot of people are going to pick this region, so it will be quite empty, quite dead. You will get a lot of resources to yourself. You do get ZMI, which is pretty good for rune crafting, if you get, like, the last recall teleport. Do we see a new release yet? That's what we're looking at now. That's what we're looking at. You don't need Kandaren for Trident of the Swamp if you pick Tyrion Win. No, you'll just get the Trident of the Swamp straight from Zora now. He'll drop the Trident on the floor. If you don't choose Kandaren, do you think you'll pretty much have to choose that relic that gives piety? No, because last league, I didn't have Kandaren. I didn't go piety either. Like, you're that fucking strong. I was hitting like 90s with the Voidwaker still. It didn't matter. So don't feel like you need piety in this league. You're going to be so fucking cracked that like the incredible reflexes and ultimate strength is already going to be like a juicy buff. You can get the piety still, but don't feel like you're falling behind if you don't. You don't need Slayer level. Yeah, you don't need that shit either. So that's pretty good. Honestly, I like this chart. I'll put the link again in the chat for those that want to look at it. I think Mauritania from Interior Win is what I'm going to go for. That's great. I recommend at least picking one raid region because Mega Rays are in all raids now. If you are looking to learn a new raid, I suggest learning Cox because you'll find it easier to learn. Tob you can go for as well, but Tob you'll need to tee up a team, which you can do through my Discord or my chat, of course. But if it does require you to grow some fucking balls and be like, does someone want to do some Tob in leagues? You'll have an easier time than in the main game finding a team. I highly recommend trying it because the more practice you get in leagues, it will be a lot easier in leagues, and you're going to go to the main game with some more confidence at least. But I think getting some experience with leagues is the best time to do it, for sure. Defka doing Korend and Pref, and then maybe Asgani. I think that's a solid trio. I want to learn Cox. That's perfect. I'm keen to get my hands on the Dog Sword. I'm definitely going to do Korend, and I think Fremenic is going to be interesting for me. I wouldn't normally pick Fremenic, so I'm really excited to dive into a region that I would typically not pick. I'm experienced in Tier 1 and Cox, but damn, I want to learn Top. Pick Mauritania then, dude. Like, just bite the fucking pillow. Face down, ass up. Get in there. Big update. This is a nice reveal, and I was not expecting it at all, so that's huge. Not bad. What reveal is that, number 5 now? Components and full drop list. That's fucking, I mean, this gives a lot of insight and information to a lot of players, and it answers a lot of questions. Like yesterday, we were talking about how, like, I mean, I've been saying Araxor is kind of shit because you don't get the Fang, but now they do give you the Fang for the necklace, which is awesome. Could give up Wildy for Fremenic too, maybe. I mean, you could do what you want. You don't have to copy anything I do. It'd be possible for a newbie to learn it and maybe solo it with the relics and buffs. I don't know about soloing. Maybe. Soloing wasn't super easy last league, but don't try to solo it because you can't solo it in the main game anyway. Try to play with someone. There's plenty of people in the chat here. I've got like nearly 6,000 people in the Discord, and we're starting up a free teaching service. Reach out to people, man. Just say, hey, does anyone want to learn? It might not tee up with you every time, but don't be afraid to be like to reach out because the best way you're going to learn is with people, man. Finally get to the stream. What's up, Cyclops? Curious on what more to come comment in the Mega Rares mean. Where's that? Let's read the blog here. The Laserville will be at the top. Yep, this is it here. Okay, so it's not just Echo Bosses who are dropping new loot. More familiar faces will be dropping items that normally require components from different regions to use as one ready-made item. It's not a 4th area unlock, but it's the next best thing. You can check the infograph below. Yep, perfect. So yeah, they've got all the info here. You'll just get the Rancor, you'll just get Guardian Boots, you'll just get those drops instead of the pre-drop. Perfect. You'll get an Uncharged Trident instead of a Fang, you'll get the Ring instead of the Vestige, you'll get the Defender instead of the Hilt, the Wand instead of the Insignia, the Kite Shield and Plate Body instead of the Slice and Lump, which is cool. Other changes, all Desert Treasure 2 bosses will drop all parts of the Sorry Axe in order. All raids will offer the chance to obtain Twisted Bow, Termagant Shadow and Cypher Vitua. More information about this to come. I believe there's They said that a 500 TOA, if there's a purple in a 500 TOA, everyone in the raid gets a purple. And if there's a purple in a hard mode TOB, everyone gets a purple. Is that correct? I don't know why they're not doing it for a CM Cox. I feel like they should do that too. Everyone gets a purple in a Cox. I don't know why they don't do that, but okay, fair enough. But that's, you know, if you want to do 500 and stuff, there you go. Dragon Pickaxe attained via Volcanic Mine. Ore packs will be repaired. You now have a chance to loot Dragon Huster rather than Broken Dragon Huster from the Brimstone chest. Tormented Synapse has had an inspection option adjusted and will now allow you to instantly convert it to Emberlight, Scorching Belt, Purge and stuff. That's cool. Cox already gives multiple purples. I guess that's true, yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you were getting multiple purples last league. That's actually, yeah, good point. I remember that now, yeah. CM's whole group unique, that's right, yeah. I think Dragon Crossbow would be good against, would be a good drop adjusted later. I don't know, because, probably not, because it's not region locked. Yeah, I didn't even think that Cox is actually multiple purple drop. You're right, yeah. Said this time all raids will give multiple purples. Yeah, Cox already does do that, yeah. Getting one almost every raid. Yeah, I remember now. I forgot about that, yeah. It was the same thing in Dead Man mode. I'm a dickhead. There you go, that'll be why. Sorry, I'm dying of cancer. So there you go. Combo Atom drops. Not a bad reveal. Was not expecting that, but a pleasant surprise nonetheless. Looking forward to November 16th. The second row of drops. It's a nice change. Yeah, it's very good. And this hopefully gives people some more clarity on the regions they want to pick. Or at least makes them feel less bad about it. Like Terrawind becomes more of a solid choice if you were on the fence with that Trident drop. That's just massive. That's fucking big, you know? I'm so much happy that I can just grab the Lance and go. There's not really a big change for Cerberus. No one gives a fuck about the boots, so you know, Asgarnia is okay. Wilderness has no adjustment. The Mauritania is a lot stronger now that you get the amulet. That's fucking sick. Desert doesn't really change much. Kandarian doesn't change much. And Valamor doesn't really change much except for the boots. Fremenic doesn't change much, but it still gives some good clarity. Mauritania is looking juicy, yeah. Today's reveal messed with my plans a little. Every reveal is going to mess with your plans, trust me. You're going to have a plan, it's going to fuck you again tomorrow. And it will do that for the next 10 days. And that's the beauty of it. So, looking forward to tomorrow's update.
This is the easiest move in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy. It's huge.